I'm Nicole Lee from Twit and Before You Buy, and I'm reviewing the Sony SmartWatch Android-powered accessory. Now, this watch works via Bluetooth 3.0 with any Android-powered smartphone as long as they're 2.1 and up. However, it works best with Xperia smartphones. So Sony did provide me with this little Walkman Xperia phone here, and it will work automatically with this phone because it comes with the LiveWear application already preloaded. If you want to use this watch with any other Android device that's not Sony, you do have to download the LiveWear app, which is free from the Google Play Store. Now, this Sony smartwatch, as you can see here, comes with this rubberized wristband. It comes with black as the default color, but as you can see, it comes with pink as well as white, mint, gray, and blue. Another really handy thing about the Sony smartwatch is that it can clip out. There's a little clip on the back here, so you can clip it to your clothes or to your sleeves as you're running about. Now, this tiny little smartwatch here has a 1.3-inch OLED touchscreen. There are two different main views to the Sony smartwatch. To navigate through the phone, what you do is with the widget screen, you essentially swipe left and right to go through the different widgets. To switch from the widget screen to the application screen, you have to flick up and down. Once you're in an application, for example, you can just tap the widget or the app to get into the application on your smartwatch. You have to essentially pinch in to get out of it. I found the pinching action in a small little screen like this a little bit difficult, but I suppose you can get used to it after a while. Now, as I mentioned, there are all these applications and apps on the Sony smartwatch. However, you do need the LiveWear application on your phone to make them work. In fact, there are no real applications stored on the watch itself. You essentially manage everything through your phone. So the music player is not on the watch, it's on the phone. The Twitter app is not on the watch, it's on the phone. So it's basically an accessory, not really a device unto itself. Other functions of the Sony smartwatch, you can read your latest email updates on here. Text messages, you can manage calls, you can sort of answer or end calls on here. But you do still need to actually, talk to your friends with the phone, not with your watch. There are a couple of apps that I thought were pretty cool. One app is called the Find Phone app. What you can do is just tap the little Find Phone widget. You just tap it, and the phone will immediately send an alarm to tell you where it is. Another really cool app that I found on the Google Play App Store is it's a little thing called Viewfinder, and it's basically a remote viewfinder. So if your phone is over there and you want to take a self-portrait, I guess, you can just view yourself on the watch and take a photo with the application. Now for the pros and cons of the Sony smartwatch. The pros, it's nice and portable and it's kind of cool looking. It's not as bulky as I thought it would be, and a nice handy clip on the back so you can clip it to your clothes. And I think a few of the apps are kind of cool, like the Find Phone feature as well as the remote camera viewfinder. Now for the cons, the battery life on this thing is not that great. Sony says up to 4 days. That's maybe if you don't use it at all, then maybe it will last up to 4 days. But if you do use it constantly, every day, you look at your watch every day, you used to use the apps all the time, it's easily maybe 6 hours at best if you use it all the time. If you leave it alone and use it occasionally, it's maybe up to 2 days. So I think the battery life is not that great. And for a watch, I think the battery life should be much longer than it is. The other thing I don't like is that it has a proprietary charger. On the back behind the clip, there's a little 4-pin charger there. If you lose the cable, which I've done a couple of times now, you can't charge it and you need this particular cable. Another thing is it's around $150 for an accessory. You can't use it by itself. You need an Android smartphone for you to use it. So I don't know if it's worth the $150 for an accessory. One final gripe here is that I think a few of the apps are not fully baked, and the interaction is just not really my style. The whole pinching thing, such a little small screen to go through the different apps, and for the remote camera viewfinder, you don't tap to take a picture, you slide up to take a picture, which is not very intuitive. Now for a buy, try, or don't buy. I I have to say right now, the way the interface is, I have to say it's a don't buy, just because I think the interface needs some serious improvement and the price needs to go down maybe a little bit more for it to be worth it. I'm Nicole Lee. This has been my review of the Sony SmartWatch.